Yes, good morning. So we are Studio MAKY, so welcome to our presentation in this super early morning for us. So together we're Studio MAKY. I'm Manye.
And I'm Kwani. Hi. Kijken, how do we? Oh, no. That's not
Oh yeah, so people who don't know us, we make like lots of different stuff. So as you can see, it's super colorful and also vibrant, like today's theme. For first, we have a little assignment for you guys. I think you all got like a Post-it and a marker. One of our skills is turning things like drawings into real 3D things. So maybe it's nice for you guys to be creative this morning, just like doodling. And who knows, at the end, we'll choose like 3 winners and you get a small present handmade from us. So do your best. Okay.
Oh, yeah. So, this is the start, actually, of our beginning. Now, yeah, it's more like, this picture is like 12 years ago, and it's about safety. And as you can see with the first assignments, this was for assignment, we didn't even had like money or thought about safety, and we just had like some clothes on and in front of our head, mouth, and with some spray cans. But it evolved later on in like more professional clothing with masks, and because we sometimes work also with toxic materials. So yeah, to keep a better, longer life, we have now better clothes, even like colorful clothes, and our interns always like it to be in these suits. This is how we met. It's from 2011. We met at Studio C. It's a Rotterdam-based artist collective. They were all the people here on the picture have a Chinese background, and that was very interesting because you don't see them that much. And together we a lot of them did art school. We had like different types of designers, like photographers, architecture, fashion designers, just normal designers. So we did a lot of events, like for the Museumnacht or for a Maritime Museum, and we could host a whole event because we were quite an enthusiastic group. And then, next. Yeah, then, so this is in this group of Studio C, I met Manye, and we were thinking, oh, nice, so you do something else, maybe we can collaborate. Manye made already like animations. Here you see this whole paper castle made out of paper. This is like stop motion animation, a lot of work. And I was busy at that time making illustrations, but also here you see the Bath Bunny. I don't know if you know this, it's in the Vroese Park laying there. And I made this actually together with a friend of mine from art school in 2009. And then we saw our work, and then we were like, oh, let's do a project together. Actually, short after this, that we decided to collaborate, we got this first assignment for the Pop Unie, and that they asked us to make a promotion movie for a music contest. And here you see it's really with cardboard, and because Manye knows about stop motion animation, she knew exactly from, okay, we need this and how you have to film it. So here you see in the right corner how it looks like, and then in this picture is how real life is. And you will also see in our presentation that it's not always like sunshine or vibrant, but it's also hardworking. Like this, for instance, especially what we were saying in the beginning, there was no budget. We had to go on the bike, getting all this cardboard from everywhere and taking it by bus. And then you see here the end result of what we did actually, what we made with the cardboard. And here you see already the starting of our working, how do you say? Relationship. Yeah, you see already that we use these vibrant colors, funny illustrations, and yeah, and we were very happy with the end result. So this was really the start of, okay, let's continue together.
Yeah, the cooperation between us went really good. So we started to do the pitches. Right after the animation, we did like a pitch for a solar festival, and we were free to do what we want. So we want to make with a small budget as big as possible a giant octopus, as you can see. In the beginning, we didn't have a studio, so we just asked around, and we end up in the old garage, I think. And we had lots of help with friends, so no interns. So that was really, really nice to have lots of help. And we even test the octopus in a local ditch, sloot, I think. So you can see. With like small budget, we could really make big things, and this is the end result for the festival. But we didn't know how to put the anchor in the water, so we got also help from the Coast Guard, Kustwacht. So in the end, it went really well. So we started to make like really big things, and we came up also, and finally we got a studio together. And because it was so small, we worked also outside, also with help with a lot of friends. But we're still doing like working outside, like outdoor, because sometimes it's not possible to do it inside. And then we got like a pitch from the Children Book Festival, the Nationale Kinderboekenweek. This is one of our like a bit crappy sketches. The theme was sport and spell, like sport and games. Because they always saw our work was already like big and colorful. They say, okay, we like the idea, you can do anything you want. So we came up with really giant apenkooi. It's like a really Dutch famous game for gym. It's like Flourish Lava. So our first big project was like 5 big apes of 8 meters. And we got also lots of help with friends sewing. So we also teach them how to sew by hand. It's all made up by hand also. And it ended up in the Muziekgebouw at IJ. It's like a giant concert hall near Amsterdam Central Station. And this is like the beginning of Studio MAKY, because nobody remember our names, So we were thinking about like easy names like Studio MAKY. So after that, we got our first assignment. Oh yeah, and also because we don't have storage, we already had did a festival. So we could also ask the festival we did before to use the monkey, so they were happy to receive it. So that's really nice to have the context after the festival experience. They adopted at the Solar Festival. The next pitch was for the City Live. It's like an architecture recycle festival in Heerlen. It's south of the Netherlands. The idea was like to make public installation with recycled material. So we went with a bakfiets, cargo bike, I think, all around Rotterdam Center, like to go to all the containers and dumpsters to find old wood. And in the end, we were making like the urban picnic nest. It's like bringing the nature back in the city. So we also learned how to work with wood. So in the end, we also were working together with the social worker working place in Heerlen. So it's also nice because we end up also, because we didn't have budget, we end up at a really nice guy at the farm. He's like a real well-known drummer in a metal band, and his pet is like a really sweet giant pig. So this was also nice for us to like go around to places where we've never been. So in the end, you see at the central square of Heerlen, the urban picnic nests were placed there during the whole Architects Festival. Then after, we tried to do more professional techniques. So we also learned how to do CNC milling, I think, with the CNC machine. So we used our skills Illustrator to do like more advanced stuff. And also we also contacted by the public library to do something for the National Book Week. So we end up making a giant reading lamp. So that's also our start to have more assignments from like public places like the library. Because we didn't have a big space, we were asked also to do the Kinderboekenweek, the National Children Book. So in the end, we end up in the basement of the library. It's here near Blaak. And this was also a project with recycled materials. We went to a really chic mattress store. So we got like 30 mattresses to make a giant robot for the children book week. We really like this project, but unfortunately it lasts for 1 week because it was really totally destroyed by the kids. So that's also for us a nice experience how to make things kids-proof. So far it's also a bit learning for later in the future. Yeah.
Okay. Since 2016 we work together on the badkonijn. What I was saying, you know this probably, in Rotterdam. It is actually changing every year from color because we are holding a drawing contest. And this is together with children or elderly from the Rotterdam North, this area. And that we ask them to participate in it. This year we got actually a record of 120 drawings back, so we were super happy about it. But then it's always the question, how do you which one do you choose? So this year was very difficult because it was so different, and we choose actually 6 designs. Here you see a selection from the last years, and you see that it is completely every year a different design, and that's not possible without the input of the people from Rotterdam North, I have to say. Because of the badkonijn, we were asked by the south of Rotterdam, a playground, Speeltuin Hillesluis, if we could ask also a floating object for them in their park. Because of more with violence and stuff, they found it more easily that it would be a floating object. So we said yes, and you saw this clay figure in a picture. And actually we came up with the idea by asking the kids in the neighborhood from, what do you think? What would you like to have there on the water? So we held also a clay contest, and this is the result what we made. So it's a giant seal with his friend and a small elephant on his nose. We still do the claying because we cannot do the 3D design, so everything is still handmade. But that's our basic thing. So here you see it's made of styrofoam because we get a lot of these questions from what is it made. Styrofoam is this EPS, what you get when you buy a new TV. And here you see us with this hot wire. You can shape it off into the design that you want. So we ordered like this 7 huge blocks of each were 2 cubic meters. So we had 14 cubic meters of styrofoam what we used for making it. And here you have the movie. Next one is the movie of how can we start? It's it should start.
Can you click one more time?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hoe laat is het? Hoe laat is het? Nee, de tijd. Oh, we moeten even opschieten. Yeah, so you see it's a lot of shaving. And here you see, because we worked also on the Kruiskade in a temporarily empty building. It had to move to the south of Rotterdam, so that's why you see this. That it also, you always have to think about, it needs to be on the road, cannot be too wide, it cannot be too long. So it needs to get out of the door. So these are all questions what we already have to think about. Yeah, and here it's driving over the Erasmus Bridge in different parts. When it was there at the playground, we had to fit it together. You see it here with the head and the body. It's 2 pieces. And we also held a drawing contest with the children, like we did with the butt bunny. And there were 2 designs, and then we always asked to help the children to help us with the painting. And afterwards, yeah, we do it ourselves. And luckily, nowadays we have interns helping us, which makes it far more easier to work on our projects, and that we can do several projects at the same time. Yeah, here you see also a collection of the seal. It's also on the left corner is the girl whose design won that year. And here on the right you see, because it needs to be in the water, the kids always help us with pushing it in the water. And it's super exciting because for these kids in the south of Rotterdam, there's not much art or that they are with creativity projects busy on. So this is always super fun for them to do. Let me see, next, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, so following the 3D animation, we also were asked to do something crazy for a festival. And it was also the beginning of our next line of projects, and that's like making suits. The idea was to make a super crazy dating show for a festival, and how to do a really nice dating show is like to give all the participants really crazy suits, like to break the ice. And our inspiration was the love hotels in Japan. Even kijken, the next slide. Oh yeah, and you see, so this was the first edition of the dating shows. So people really participate in all the crazy suits. So we make like 30 of them. So it became quite popular because after we travel around the Netherlands to several cities to do the dating shows, because we cannot host, we also ask a host to present the whole presentation. So and also we make the background like inspired by the Love Hotel. So it's actually made of cardboard, like you see here. After the dating show projects, we were also asked to do a lot of photo booth like this. So you see a selection of the suits at festivals. So that was really nice to have this experience because people react really enthusiastic in the suits. It was even stolen because people went away in the suits during the festival, so we had to chase after them. So it's nice that people are really enthusiastic about it. And we came also, because the suits are quite like 2D style, we started also to make them in 3D. So that was the nice project. The next project, sorry, the Base of Banne. We were asked by a theater organization, they are also like a social organization, to have like more connection, interaction with the local people in north of Amsterdam. So they asked us like to make a mascot. And this is actually a design of several, also a drawing contest with children, what their favorite mascot looked like. So we came up with this monster. And also it was during the lockdown that we have this project. It was also quite nice because during lockdown you don't have really much social distance, but because of the giant suit, you could have it. Because you're totally hidden in the suits. So this was like one of the projects of the theater organization, like asking questions about happiness, about like really nice things, what you experience in your neighborhood. So you see like the result of this Base of Banne, the monster of Banne. So after this, we also learn more about making 3D suits. Also learn from several materials like with wool and also using the sewing machine. So one of the recent projects is, I don't know, the Blijdorp Festival. We were asked to make the mascot suits for them, the wuppies. So we start to work with the Eva foam, the super light material. So even for big things, you can just put on your head without breaking your neck. So this is an example of this project. Our highlight of our making the suits project is meeting Winnie Maas. He's like the architect of the depot of Boijmans, because we were asked to make suits during the Day of the Architecture festival, and he was also there, so we could meet him with his famous building in a suit with him. So he's from MV there, I think the name called. So yeah, this was really nice project of us. So the next thing is because during the lockdown we also had time to experience more techniques. So the next technique we learned was tufting, so working with textile. So we really liked this, so we start experience with this tufting. It's like shooting wool in a canvas to make like carpets. So you see a couple of examples of them. This is Yumi, the studio dog. It's also dog from Quinny. And because people saw we did the tufting, we were asked if we do the workshop. But we never gave it, so we tried from one person, like 2 person, and we end up with like 8 persons, like 2 10. So this is our studio, you see. So new technique is also like teaching, and we found out it's really nice to learn, to teach people about new techniques. So so you see people really enthusiastic, and they came up with really nice design. So yeah, so through like working with textile, we learned to work with several techniques. So yeah, now the next project.
Yeah, our project got also bigger. This is the WC Wonderland. You can see it in the CIC. It's also a co-working space close to Central Station. Yeah, we were asked by art tenders to make. They asked several artists to do things in the building, and we were asked to do the toilet. And everybody is like, "Ew, what's in the toilet?" Oh, we just do a wall painting and that's it. But for us, it was like for having an experience that the people would stay in the toilet. So that was for us more important. So we came up with a design, and we so we handled this. Oh, yeah, this one. So we came up with this sketch, and the idea was that people would see this toilet and that they would make they want to touch it and they would stand in it making pictures, and they agreed with it. So then we were like, okay, we're gonna do a toilet. So it was a lot of work. We had to work for the project was I think a month or so. That we, you can see us working here. I think the painting in the toilet took us 2 weeks, that we were there non-stop, because you have like this special paints, because they use a lot of chemicals for cleaning it. Here you see that we are making the drips, and that we're on top, that we are painting the toilet. And the end result is here, that people are super enthusiastic, and it was the best toilet of Rotterdam, so we're very enthusiastic about this. Let me see, because we did children projects, we were contacted by a project leader of Villa Zebra. That's a children museum in the south of Rotterdam. And they asked us if we could participate in a new project of them. And they have for the toddler a special department, a special museum, and we were asked to do making a small circus, and together with the help of the children. So they made these ideas with small finger puppets, and then we chose a couple of them and we made them in big. And they also had to be used in an installation. So here is the sketch of the installation. The project leader was a bit surprised about all these colors, but it turned out very well. You see here, it was first, the installation was first used as a black light dancing room. So we had to first totally whiten it, taped it everywhere, and then the end result is here. It's super colorful, and you see on the right picture, it's like a dressing room for the kids, and with this mirror and where the suits could be in. And here you see there's a small stage for the kids where they can do their theater act, and also with some music to perform when they go upstage and everything. Because of this, we were asked by Probibio, and we're doing now half this children project to make some reading pods, and where instead of a couch, to make something which would be inviting for kids and parents to read in. So we made this design. It's still all sketching, and then with clay that we make it in a small size. And then it ends up in this like real installations. Most of it, when there's like this bigger installation, we use the styrofoam with glass fiber for it. Yeah, now we are a bit more professionalized, so we have a van and a dog who's coming with us for this new assignment because of this listening pods. A new library contacted us for if we could make a chair where they can have this tablets in, so they can have audiobooks for the children. So here you see us buying it, and this is the chair which we made. We're still working on the streets. This is in front of our new studio at Koolhaven. It's super nice. Everybody knows we're working, we're this artist working on the street as soon as it gets better weather, so it's super handy. And this is then the end result of the chairs that the kids could sit in with their parents or alone and listen to audiobooks. We always have the idea of, oh, we make this and then we can copy it, but the new assignments are always a step further on. So we always have to think about a new design or about a new solution of something. So it's not always that easy as it looks like, I have to say.
Oh, yeah, so one of our last projects and also the third floating installation is the badkat and guppy. In Dutch, of in English, it's like the bath cat with a giant goggles and a snorkel. This is yeah, also a really nice project because it was especially for the Groningen Museum because they were hosting the first Kinderbiennale. It's the Children Biennale. It was originally from Singapore, from the National Gallery. Like the other floating project before, we also start playing with the kids because we noticed kids who couldn't draw, they were really yeah, super talented in playing. So they turned their ideas into really nice sculptures. So you can see one of the workshops with the kids in Groningen. So we took all their ideas, and then in the end we came up with badkat and guppy. It's like a fish with a kissing lips and like a giant cat with goggles. So this is also, we're still doing the claying by ourselves because we can't do the 3D printing, unfortunately. But it's really nice to do this also. So after the research and the design together with the kids, we start also making the sculpture, like you saw it with the seal. So here we used the same technique. And it's also nice because it was in the Kroon in Rotterdam. It's like also a collective building of several artists and designers. And there were also some engineers, so we also could ask them advice, like how to make it more stable without sinking. So we also learned that a bit. People also asking what's the outside made of. So you can see here with our interns. It's actually made of glass fiber to make it super strong, and acrylic one coating. It's like minimal based coating, and it's also more yeah, environmental friendly because it's water based. So after the sculpting, it moved to Groningen. So we were working outside, so people could also see how it's developed. So it's like yeah, really serious stuff, not always super happy, but in the end, yeah, we could do the badkat, and also with this project we did the coloring contest with the kids, with the whole neighborhood. So in the end, we picked 2 designs, I think, and then together with the kids, we could paint it. So it's really a local neighborhood project for the kids, part of the Children Biennale. So in the end, we revealed the badkat. So you can see it was in the Korenweg neighborhood. So this is from the first Kinderbiennale, the Children Biennale, and this year we're going to start the 2nd edition. As a highlight for this, we met the Queen because she was at the opening. And also you couldn't see her, so we asked the photographer if he has another picture, because nobody believed us. So luckily he made an extra one from us. So yeah, so it's really nice to have this opportunity making funny looking animals. Yeah, so that was really nice, and this year we start the second edition for the kin, and that's traveling to another neighborhood. So it's a bit different than the Badkonijn and the seal of the south. So from 3D we went back to our basic, and that is illustration. Yeah, this is like in Katendrecht, that is like south of Rotterdam. Katendrecht is also well known of the first area of Chinatown, first European Chinatown. And this was a building, actually an old Chinese church. So they were renovating it, and they were asking us to do a wall painting for 4 floors. So we came up with the idea with the story, The Legend of the Dragon Gate. It's like the carper, like lots of carpers swimming against the stream of the Yellow River. And in the end, who made the first turn into a dragon. So this is on the 3rd floor, so you see all the fishes, and one fish made it at the end, and he was transforming into a dragon, so that's on the top floor. It was also nice because we worked with the interior architects, so, and we were really free to do what we wanted in the stairwell. So even picking the colors of the tiles and the color of the stairs. And of course we picked it pink and turquoise and gold, because it's our favorite colors. So yeah, so that's also really nice to experience this project. So.
Oh yeah. So 2 years ago we were asked for this metro pillars in the Spijkenisse. It's the same like this between Rijnhaven and Maashaven. We handed in the design and we were chosen, but we didn't have any idea how to work with graffiti or the spray cans. So we asked one guy of Lasplak to teach us, and here you see us at the rooftop that he first gave us a class of how to use these spray cans. This ended up in the result of 2 different designs that we make, and you can find this one at Spijkenisse Centrum and Heemradsingel, between this. And it's very nice to see that there are like several pillars with different artists who made this. Yeah, it's nice that we can do more illustration now, and it's not always illustration, but it's always something extra or so. So we came up here with this idea of this living room. It has been the last 2 years on Central Station during the Cross Comics Festival. And it's very nice. It's really this interaction with the audience, and also a painter or an illustrator is always working during this festival in our living room. And then you see in the left corner, there's we were asked by an organization about Indonesian talks and about their history to make also a living room for them where they could host their talks during their Indo Cafe. So we made a new living room, but then with color. And then it evolves in more things. So then we made also for this Cross Comics this hexagon. Is it 8 hexagon? Yeah, this to make this kiosk, which is used during the Cross Comics, and that they can sell all their zines in it. So this was a really funny combination of building stuff, but also a lot of illustration in it. And this is our recent project. It's not finished yet. We're going there this afternoon when it's dry. It's actually our first wall painting. It's 5 meters in height. And this is in Katendrecht. It's for an inner garden from Woonstad. And they asked us to make, because we made this drawing in a stairwell in Katendrecht, and they asked us for another location to make this, flourish up their inner garden. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is it. This was our presentation. I hope you liked it. Yeah.